Welcome back from an ad break. We will just wrap up now with regards to our business, that is paper 2. So here we'll be looking at the taxonomy levels, the action verbs, and the general tips of answering your paper 2. As mentioned, that I'll be giving an approach on how to answer your paper 2 exam. So these are the levels. We've got our level 1, and which is the knowledge or remembering. Level 2 is comprehension or understanding. So we'll get such question in your section A, whereby you are being assessed on like knowledge. How do you remember? How well do you remember? Remember, these are objective questions. So there's only one answer to this question. Very easy. No one is expected to be failing this section because it's compulsory. Everyone has to answer this. Do not leave anything blank. Just answer everything there. Don't forget, section A, compulsory. It's your matching columns, the missing words there, and there's also your multiple choice. And then when we move on to level 3 and level 4, level 3 is your application or applying knowledge. Level 4 is analysis. So this is mostly found in your section B, and as you can see, it holds the majority here. Majority of the marks is 80 marks, so 50%. You've got your 3 questions. You'll only answer any 2 of your choice, 2 questions of your choice. Then level 5 and level 6. Level 5 is synthesis or evaluating. This is now a higher order. And then you've got evaluation or creating. This is mostly in your essay. Section C, don't forget essay. There's 2 essay questions, which is your question 5 and your question 6. And you're only answering any one essay question consisting of 40 marks. This is 20%. It might seem like it's a lower percentage. However, it helps. You need to answer it. You need to do well in it so that you can do well in your exam. So these are the action verbs. You need to understand them just so you can answer fully, because remember, when you answer fully, then you are able to get full marks. But if you're going to give vague answers, then you will not get full marks. So you need to write in full sentences, but very important that you look at the action verb first. So if there's name or list, name or give or list, know that you just have to state something, just have to give or identify or mention. When they say outline, you give a summary using main points and leaving out minor. When they say quote, which normally happens in scenario-based questions, so you're going to take the answer verbatim from the scenario, case study, or extract. What does this mean? You take it word for word as is. You don't leave out anything. You take it directly. When they say define, you give the concise and clear meaning. When they say discuss the impact, you need to supply positives and or negatives. The minute you see the word impact, just know you have to give the advantages and or the disadvantages. Then when they say distinguish or differentiate, you explain the differences between concepts. The difference or distinction does not have to link, but the difference must be clear. So this can also be done in a form of a table whereby you're writing the differences. Like they said, the differences does not have to link, but they must be clear. When they say calculate, you need to find an answer using a mathematical method. When they say elaborate, to explain a little bit further. Sometimes they'll say define. When they say define, you know it doesn't have to be a little bit further. But the minute they say elaborate, look at the mark allocation as well, because you have to explain a little bit further. When they say evaluate the impact, you give the positives and or negatives. Recommend, you provide own opinion with a valid argument. When they say apply, you use the knowledge or skill to solve a particular problem. When they say motivate, you support your argument, normally taking a positive or a negative stance. So you need to know where you're standing basically. Tabulate, explain the differences between the 2 concepts, and they must link. Also here, you can use a table to do that. Lastly, we'll be looking at the general tips for answering paper 2. So now this is your exam. How do you then start? First thing, you need to read the instructions carefully. It is very important. Don't go in your exam thinking you know everything. Read the instructions. Right, and then time management is very important. You might look at 2 hours and think it's a lot, but it might not be a lot if you did not study or if you don't know what you are writing. Say, for example, you decide to answer everything in the question paper. You shouldn't do that. Each and every question has got time allocated to it. So it's very important that you manage your time wisely. Right, you need to start with question 1 and write only one response in this section. Remember, we did say that there's only one answer in this section. Then you read and you underline the keywords. It is very important to make use of the reading time allocated to you. And don't forget, write full sentences to ensure maximum mark. So we've come to an end of our exam guide. I hope you are now prepared, well prepared for your exams. I wish you all the best. From me, Ms. Mabue, goodbye.